may be asking yourself why we're doing this, why we're doing this conference at all. And there's a couple of answers to that. So answer number one is not in the slides anymore. Answer number one is that this kind of event is actually in our DNA. We want to be the place where our clients, our colleagues, and our communities connect, share, and learn. So this conference, the meetups that we host, our speaking engagements, blogging, all of that stuff, we want to be intimately connected to the community, and this is one of the ways that we get really excited doing that. The other reason is maybe why you're all here, and it relates to the theme of what this conference is all about, this event is all about, and that's modernization. So how many of you actually are dealing with systems that are old and code bases that look like this? Yes, that's right. Because they look like that, we're getting crushed under the weight of technical debt. We're being immobilized. Our teams, our organizations are being immobilized. We can't move like we want to move. We're weighed down by all of the cruft that's in our systems. It leads to instability. Things go up, things go down, things come back up again, maybe. And we have to deal with that. And sometimes they lead to big bad outages that create firestorms and crises and bad juju all the way around. And because we're dealing with old technology, yes, I thought that was pretty funny. Because we're dealing with old technology that's often out of date, it's often insecure too. Hasn't been patched, hasn't been updated, and it leaves doors open for the bad guys to do bad things. And that also causes heartbreak and concern and angst and stress and anxiety and bad results for our organizations and for us as individuals. And because our systems are fragile, we don't want to break anything. There's a big fear of change with all this legacy technology, and our release cycles look more like an evolutionary chart than it does sprints and iterations and fast flow. How many people, no, you don't have to raise your hand on this, but measuring release cycles in terms of quarters or years or maybe never? Just saying. That's a thing. And it turns our systems that should be powering our organizations into these boat anchors. Instead of propelling us forward, they're dragging us down, they're holding us back. And that's not where we want to be. And I hope that some of that, I heard a lot of knowing laughter and head nodding. I saw a lot of head nodding in those slides, so I'm assuming that you all can relate to at least some of those slides. Can anybody tell me what this number represents? I mean, other than 80%. Janice.
The amount of code coverage I wish I had in unit tests.
That's a good answer, but that's not what that number represents. Anybody?
The amount of users you have that don't tell you anything.
Also a good number, probably true, but not what it's intended. Yeah.
80 is the new 100?
Ah, 80%. Yes, it's good enough. No, that's not the answer either. So I'll give you the answer. 80% is, by some accounts, the amount of money that the federal government spends of its IT budget just for operations and maintenance on legacy systems. And by the way, you'll hear conflicting numbers both from me and from the next speaker. But the federal IT budget for this year, by many accounts, is $80 billion. So 80% of $80 billion this year is being spent just keeping the lights on federal IT systems. That feels like a lot of money to me. It also feels like a great opportunity to make things better. Because if we can move the needle even just a little bit on that technology and those systems and modernize them just a little bit to make things better, faster, more efficient, more usable, then we're going to help our organizations, places where we work, the teams, our companies, perform that much better. Yes, I'm a Celtics fan, so that's why that's up. And if we're making our organizations more successful, then we're probably making ourselves happier in the process, because we all like having an impact and contributing to the success of the places that we work and the success of our teammates. And so that's what this conference, this event is really all about. It's arming you with information and maybe giving you a little bit of hope that there is a better life out there, and turning you all into the heroes that you can be for your teams and for your organizations to help modernize the systems and the technology that are running in those places so that we can all perform better and we can all be happier. So that's the idea. I hope everybody's in on that, because that's something that fires us up and fires me up.